The final section we'll cover in this chapter is employment agreements and transitioning staff. If you have a business where people are a key element and that's essentially what you're buying as part of the goodwill, this is so important. So pay attention. When acquiring a business, it's crucial to manage the transition of employees very carefully. I knew this from experience. Existing employment agreements must be honored, and key employees should be retained to ensure operational continuity. Additionally, you may need to renegotiate some agreements to secure the services of essential personnel. The first thing you want to focus on is retaining key employees and honoring contracts. You want to identify the key employees that you need and do this during due diligence. Identify which employees are critical to the business's success. This will often include senior managers, technical experts, and sales personnel with valuable customer relationships. And there's two ways you can do this. The first is through retention bonuses. To incentivize key employees to remain with the company during and after a transition, you can consider offering retention bonuses or cash or other incentives such as salary increases or stock options over a period of time to make sure they stick around. The second is negotiating new employment agreements. In some cases, you may need to renegotiate, create, or update employment contracts, especially if the business is upgoing or undergoing significant changes. This will help you clarify roles, responsibilities, and compensation under the new arrangement with your ownership. You also want to review existing employment contracts. Before finalizing the deal, review all existing employment contracts to ensure the terms are fair and enforceable. You want to pay particular attention to two different areas. The first is non-compete and non-solicitation clauses. These agreements prevent employees from leaving to work for another competitor or soliciting clients or having employees leave to go start a competing business. You also want to watch out for severance and benefits packages. You want to be aware of any severance obligations or benefits packages that may affect employees post-acquisition that could be costly. Overall, what you want to do is covered in this slide here. You want to manage employee expectations. The transition process can be unsettling for employees. Change is scary. So you want to attack this with clear and transparent communication, and it's critical to do that so you maintain morale and minimize disruptions during the ownership change. Employees should be informed of the acquisition promptly and respectfully and reassured about their future within the company. Handling employment law compliance is important too. Employment law compliance is critical, particularly if the acquisition involves a significant number of employees. You're going to have to remember you need to understand and comply with state and federal labor laws regarding employee rights, benefits, and workplace conditions. And there's two more points here I just want you to think about. Wage and hour compliance. If you don't know what these are, find an HR professional who can help you. But this basically makes sure that you understand you comply with the minimum wage, overtime, and employee classification laws. And employee benefits. You want to review the company's benefit plans, such as health insurance and retirement plans, to determine whether they will remain in place or be restructured after the sale. So a lot of these things should already be made aware to you in the due diligence stage, and that's why we emphasize that's so important. You don't want to get to after the sale and then find out all these things exist and you'll have to rework them. So be aware of what's out there and have a plan to make a smooth transition with your employees while respecting them.